This is Aaron Anders for the SALINA Journal. I'm here at Stutzman's Recycling Center.
My name's Lucas Sharp. I'm the Commercial Account Manager for Stutzman's, and to the right of us here is our facility. And I know there's been a lot of questions in the Salina community as to where recycling is going, what's happening with it, do we throw it in the landfill? And I think we're going to be able to answer those questions for you today, because everything that is picked up in Salina is brought down here to our facility in South Hutchinson.
Let's go take a look.
The Drive-Thru Recycling Center is open Wednesday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are located at 125 West North Street. Items that are not taken are batteries, cigarettes, bubble wrap, fluid or aerosols of any kind, hazardous chemicals, paint cans, plastic bags, styrofoam, and thin film plastics. They do accept aluminum, food cans, cardboard, glass, containers, paper including newspapers, magazines, plastic beverage containers. Shredded paper must be bagged separately. All aluminum cans collected are taken to Salina Iron and Metal, with all the proceeds going to the Salina Animal Shelter. The workers will load your recyclables into the truck and will compact it. Once a week, the truck will drive to Hutchinson to Stutzman's Recycling Center, where it will then be stored. The truck gets weighed in, will dump all of its recyclables, and then will get weighed again before leaving back to Salina.
So when your truck from Salina enters our facility, they drop off into this mountain of trash, and that's what it looks like. As you can see, we've got milk jugs and cardboard, tin cans, pop bottles. All of this is going to be filtered through our system to be sorted out, because the majority of it is recyclable material. Now, once we take the product from the mountain of trash you just saw in our front loader Caterpillar here, we dump it into the first hopper. That hopper has a conveyor belt built into it, and it'll take it up through the system and begin the filtration process that we have to go through to sort out all the product. So at this point, the product has traveled up the conveyor belt from that first hopper we just saw, and it sorts out here. And the employees that are standing here are sorting out items that we can see with our eyes right off the bat. We can't take it through the system. A perfect example is plastic. We can't take that through the system, so they have specific items they're looking for: big bulky tires, garden hoses, items they know we cannot process. And that's the initial part of our filtration system. Get to the other side. This area, these teeth are set up so that cardboard will float on top of it. And so that's the second part of the separating everything. This machine will separate all the cardboard. It'll float on top, and anything smaller than what's the size of those grooves will fall down and continue on the filtration process. So in theory, once the cardboard has come floated on the top of these teeth here, it'll follow this conveyor belt, so we should only see cardboard in here. Now it's not 100% foolproof, so you can see some plastic bags there and whatnot, but that'll get filtered out later on in the process. Okay. This piece of equipment here is very interesting. As the tin cans flow down here, instead of grabbing them and sorting them by hand, this has a magnet attached to the conveyor belt. So as the tin cans flow underneath this, it zaps them up by magnetizing them, and it carries them to that, I guess, hopper there, and then that's how those are sorted. This part of the conveyor belt is based underneath that cardboard sorting area, and so this will take paper and some lighter material. The heavier material will continue to fall down and be sorted later. But as you can see, these teeth will grab anything that's lighter material, paper, magazines, newspaper, and you will get some plastic bottles. You see a pop bottle there, and I see a Tide bottle let down there farther. So it's not, again, 100%, but it helps the human hands be able to sort through some items a little bit quicker than they would if they were just grabbing it and looking to try to sort that way. The conveyor belt here is what we would consider trash. Now you will see there is recyclable material in here. Our facility runs at a 90-10 ratio, which means 90% of what we take in is recycled. 10% does go to the landfill. Because we operate running almost 125 tons a day, there are some products that we just cannot catch due to the sheer volume. And so these products here go to a roll-off container, and then that container at the end of the day is sent to the landfill. We just were up there, as you can see, these holding containers or holding areas actually have a lift gate on them, and as you can see, you have only milk jugs, and you have plastics like Tide bottles and detergent bottles, tin cans and aluminum cans and pop bottles, and those are specifically, the doors will raise up, and this conveyor belt will take just that product to our compactor, which will create the bales that you see here. So we're actually working out some contaminants out of this particular bale to get out any items that may or may not be able to be taken with that particular type of item. So this is aluminum cans. You can see behind that you've got your pop bottles, 2-liter bottles. So this is what one of these plastic bales looks like up close. We do use a metal banding, but that's just started at the end source. And so we try to compact these down as tight as possible. We either do 500-pound bales or 1,000-pound bales, as that's easier sold on the market. Typically it's sold per ton. We have tin cans here. Tin cans, I would think typically would be repurchased by, let's say, Campbell's, any soup manufacturers, because that can be melted down and reformed into the cans that they need for their process. Here's the plastics that are detergent bottles, Folger coffee cans that are plastic. You see a pet odor spray there. We do separate the plastics by quality. So as you see, when you look at a plastic bottle, it has the triangle with the different numbers in it. We do have to separate those by those numbers and then selling it as one unit. This is the compactor that we use to compact whether it be aluminum, plastic, or tin cans. As you can see, it's a very dirty area. Any juices or liquids inside those cans and bottles will definitely be squeezed out at this point. So we do work hard to keep the work site as clean as possible. So throughout the day, as well as the end of the day, they shut down and have specific amounts of time they dedicate to just cleaning up the machinery. As you can tell, it's going to get dirty a lot, so keeping it clean is definitely part of the preventative maintenance. The cardboard is collected into just one area, and it's conveyor belted here, and then we take this cardboard, and what we will do is show you the next process. So we take it over here to bale all that cardboard and then be sold. Actually, all the cardboard we receive goes to Sunoco Paper Mill here in Hutchinson, Kansas. So the glass and the paper are ones that we keep every ounce of that product here locally. Oh. We are just about at max capacity here with roughly 125 tons a day. This conveyor belt here is where we process the cardboard, the newspaper, and any white paper or magazines that we bring into the facility. This conveyor belt will run, carry the paper products upstairs into a compactor where we compact and bale all of our paper products. Looks like this bale is just about finished, and then this will pop out here, and with a forklift, we will pick that up and then load it onto the semi-trailer you see here behind you. And that semi-trailer most likely with being paper will go to Sunoco. We have a number of these trailers every day going there. And so that's cardboard and our white paper as well. Here's a bale of shredded paper. Now we do ask that if you in Salina are bringing shredded paper to your recycling facility, that not happen. Only because once it reaches our facility here, there's not a way to sort it, and those small paper fibers will get caught in the pulley system in our conveyor belts, and it causes us to have to shut things down and clean out those conveyor belts. We do have a shredding service here in-house that people in the Hutchinson community can bring their shredded paper, and so we can collect that and bale that appropriately. But if you have it at home, sadly we cannot accept that through the recycling facility in Salina to be processed the way that you've seen everything else today. This is the glass processing part of our facility. Very unique because a lot of MRFs throughout the country do not accept glass because it's very, very hard on the equipment. If you think about it, you're pretty much sandblasting the metal teeth and any hammers that are in here all day, every day when we're running it. And so replacing this becomes very expensive and we have to do it often. But because of our partnership with Johns Mansfield, we are still able to continue to process the glass in this manner, and it still is working for us. This is how we house the glass. In the previous process, the glass is broken up with smaller hammers to the point that filters through all of those wheels and all of the metal teeth that you saw earlier, and that's conveyor belted out to a roll-top, roll-off container, and we haul it out here to the truck. So we'll store it here, kind of a drying unit here. If there's any moisture in the paper, it behooves us to go ahead and try to dry this out as much as possible. So when we put it in the system, the hammers are breaking it apart, the paper will be separated from the glass, and we'll get a pure product at the end. As you can see here, we're seeing a lot of other contaminants, not just glass in this, and that's what's so important about this facility, that we are getting contaminants and we have to sort out just the glass. You still see plastic forks and aluminum cans and tin caps. All of that has made its way through the system to here. Now again, with the magnets, as you can see, this system will separate anything metal. You're seeing this tin can, lid, you see a spoon hanging up there, anything that has metal. When you think about your jars, at home you go, I don't know if I can throw away a pickle jar. Throw it away because the lid can get connected here and it'll be sorted, so that's not a problem at all. This also allows us to separate this in more of a finer way that we can still process this and recycle this material. If you look down here, you'll see the product. It looks like sand. We grind that down to a sand-like finish. It's easier for John Manfield to process. This is where you're going to get a lot of the paper byproduct as well. You saw the small pile over there, that's kind of just cutting through cracks. Here's where that will pile up. And because it's so shredded, this will probably go to the landfill, but as paper, that will dissolve fairly quickly.
Once the trucks are fully loaded, you'll head out of Stutzman's Recycling Center and will head toward the manufacturing facility that purchased the goods that will be reused to make the next product. Reporting for the Salina Journal, this is Aaron Anders.